Hi, this is Leanne at Complete Payroll. Welcome to Payroll Country. Today we're going to take a look at how we add a new employee into our payroll software Evolution Classic. We'll begin by clicking on the Employee button on the left-hand navigation pane, and then I'm going to select the first menu item, Employee. This is where I'm going to see a list of all of my active employees. If I am rehiring an employee, the best practice is to just update their previous record, and you can find that record by clicking on the Removed EEs button, and that will allow you to clear the filter and see your terminated employees. And at that point, you can open up their record and make all of the appropriate changes to make them a new active employee that you've just rehired. To enter a new employee record, we're going to start by clicking on the green plus at the top of the screen. The very first item that we need to enter is the employee's Social Security number. The system will not allow us to move on to any of the other fields without entering in the Social Security number first. Once I've entered in my Social Security number, I can use the Tab key on my keyboard to navigate through the rest of the fields. The employee code will be next, and most often it's going to assign the next number available. However, you can customize this number if you would like. You'll notice that some of the descriptions have a red asterisk next to them, and this indicates that they are a required field in order to save the record. One of the features in Evolution is that you do not have to capitalize the first letter of each word that you are typing. It will automatically capitalize each letter as you type along. So I'll just continue to click on the Tab key and enter in the information appropriate for my employee. A special note about the pay field. You want to be sure that for a salaried employee who receives a weekly amount that you are entering in their dollar amount here in the salary amount field. If you have an employee that receives an hourly rate amount, you want to enter that under the rate amount field, not salary amount. If you have an employee that works standard hours, perhaps they always work 40 hours, you can go ahead and enter that in the standard hours field. And then when you create your payroll, it will always have 40 hours for that employee. And you can edit that in payroll if needed at any time. Next, I'm going to enter in our taxation details. So under our federal marital status, I can select either single or married, and then I can enter in the number of dependents for this employee. I will click on the Tab key, which will automatically enter the same number of dependents from federal into the state dependents field, and all I'm going to do is enter if it's a single or married marital status for this employee. If your employee has a different number of dependents for their state withholding, you can go ahead and make that change. If your company has an organizational structure where you have divisions, branches, departments, or team, you do have to enter in the employee's home department, although it is not represented with a red asterisk. If you try to save your record prior to entering in that department, you will receive this message saying that it cannot update the employee, it's missing a division. I would simply click on OK, and now I'm going to click on the Assign DBDT under the Labor Defaults window and just select the department for this employee. Under Labor Defaults, I also can assign a workers' compensation classification code if I am tracking that. When I'm satisfied with all of my entries, I'm going to click on the green check mark and commit my record by clicking on the small green check mark. At this point, I may want to add some additional details to this employee record. The first is on the Address tab. If my employee has direct deposit and we want to receive payroll vouchers by email instead of a paper check, I come to the Address tab. Under Additional Options, I'm going to enter in a valid email address and VMR password. In order for an email to be sent, there does have to be a password, although there are no restrictions as to the length or the complexity of that password. Once I'm done, I'll click the green check marks to save that record. Other items that you may consider adding for a new employee are tax overrides, scheduled earnings or deductions, or adding time off accrual. Demonstrations for each one of these items can be found in our video library at CompletePayroll.com. This concludes our basic new employee setup in Evolution Classic. Thank you for joining me and have a great day.